Hello guys, so just completing up my roundup of my Spyderco nose that I've been rootling through my gun safe. As promised, I've got a quick look at my Delica, which is in a sort of light green colour. Whilst I was digging around, I also found my other salt knife, so the rust-proof stainless steel. So let's have a quick look at the Delica first. So it is a 2.88 inch VG10 blade, combo edges. You can see there you've got plain edge, then you've got your combo in the back, sharpened on one side, so it's chisel ground almost. It's chisel ground on the serrated parts there, and you've got like a hollow grind, sabre grind on the actual flat edge of the blade. Inside the knife, you might not be able to see it very well, but this does have skeleton liners, so some pieces of metal either side of the FRN, so fiberglass reinforced nylon handles, just to stiffen things up. There's no way you can put any form of compression on that handle. It's not going to deform in any way. So being VG10 still, that tends to be the general standard for Spyderco knives. Most of their stuff tends to be made of that, although they have started branching out into SV30 and a few other different weird and wonderful steels. VG10 used to be the general benchmark for Spyderco. So the blade is 2.88 inches, secures with a back lock. You've got a thumb ramp with some jimping on just there, the traditional trademark Spidey round hole opener, like that. Really easy to get. Some people modify it, they'll put like a cable tie to the back there, make it even easier to flick the blade in and out. Buttery smooth, so it's running on phosphor bronze washers, so actual blade deployment nice and easy. And to close it, you can just literally push the back of the lock in, minding your fingers, to get a quick flick and it will release the blade. You can fold it shut, one hand opening, one hand closing. Fantastic if you need one hand free. The other blade then, this is a Spyderco Salt. This is the H1 steel. It's not got the marking on, but as you can see down the bottom, it's the H1 steel. This is the steel that my Ladybug is made of as well. So it's that steel that you can dunk in salt water for a couple of weeks, and you're probably not going to get any rust on it at all. From internet testing that I've seen where people have torture tested, they've buried them in the garden, deliberately submerged them in extremely salty water for a period of weeks, and you may get just the odd tiny bit of rust on some of the fasteners, perhaps on the actual blade itself. Once you give it a rinse and a clean off, it's absolutely immaculate, no problems at all. So yeah, happy days. This one is definitely suited to obviously more watery environment, marine environment, where you can be around salt water, fishing, kayaking, that kind of thing. The difference between the two is you don't get the skeletonized liners on the actual salt clipper, which does reduce the weight by about 20 grams. They're not heavy to begin with. I've just done this one on the scales, it's about 78 grams, this is close to the 58 mark, so there's 20 grams saving. It's not an awful lot, especially for a big blade like me, you won't notice the difference. Again, you got that smooth release on there as well. Literally just push the back lock in, just give it a quick flick and you're away. Luckily this the actual bottom of the blade, it does finish a good centimetre before the blade, so if you flick it shut, chances are you're going to hit your finger with that bit. Having said that, go careful when you're not flicking it, just give it a little flick just to disengage it and you're away. Prices on these, it's the Endura, I wish, the Delica, this standard one, VG10, you're looking around £80. They have released the Delica 4 now. They do that in a flat ground model, so they do away with this sabre ground, hollow ground, whatever you want to call it, and that's now literally a completely flat cutting edge, same as a kitchen knife. So it's absolutely fantastic for slicing cuts, precision work. This tends to hold up, I would suggest, a little bit better with heavier use, but you're not going to get such a fine edge as you will with a plain edge flat ground blade. That's where your real slicing action happens. So you pay your money, you make your choice really. This just happened to be the one that was available at the time. Retrospectively, now I would probably go for a full flat grind, and I'd probably go for something like an Endura. You can't carry this in the UK, obviously, being a locking knife, even if it is just shy of 3 inches on the cutting edge. Much the same for this one, it locks as well. But with the right application, you know, if you were canoeing, kayaking, you needed something around your neck to cut strapping, webbing, ropes, that kind of thing, you'd be justifiable, I believe, in sort of carrying that on your person if you're kayaking. Make sure you get rid of it at the earliest opportunity, chuck it in the boot of your car, get it as far away from yourself as you can, and get it home. This one on the other hand, VG10 still, does hold a good edge. In my experience with some VG10, it does need wiping down. You do need to keep on top of it. It's not anywhere near as bad as just a regular carbon steel, but if you leave it wet and you chuck it in a drawer with it closed and wet and damp, chances are next time you open it you're going to have some surface stain and you're going to start getting the beginnings some corrosion going on there with the blade. So make sure you keep it clean, wipe it down with some WD-40, some knife or whatever, dry it, leave it open, let the air get to it, let the knife dry properly, and then put it away. So yeah, there we have it. I've got a few Spyderco knives. You've obviously seen my Raymer's Woodlaw exclusive one available in the UK. Really like it. Spyderco products as a whole, I've had really good results with Spyderco products. My first one was an Endura. I had that in a fully serrated, so Spider Edge they call it, all the way down to the tip, and I had that for a few years. I did eventually break it, but that's through my own misuse. I totally misused the knife and broke it. But being an older, wiser individual now, I tend to look after my knives a bit more. So yeah, Spyderco stuff's really good. It's not cheap, don't get me wrong, Spyderco is an expensive brand. It's an expensive hobby if you like Spyderco knives, you're going to pay through the nose for them. But if you want a good folding knife, yeah, Spyderco, no concerns whatsoever, consider it. Hope you found the little video useful, and I'll see you on the next one.